Good afternoon today. On behalf of the Project Service Department, I would like to present the monthly report. The first section covers the current status of planning approval and construction permits for the projects in Area A. Currently, the total number of projects we are implementing is 26. Below is the detailed status of the projects. Project C10, D and E has just provided the necessary documents for PSD to submit to the Tan Phu Ward Committee to gather residents' opinions. Project C1. Following MISD's guidance, we should proceed with submitting the General Site Plan approval documents. D&E is currently revising the documents for submission. Project CN8, MASD approved the 1/500 detailed planning. PSD and D&E are preparing the documents for basic design submission. Project CR1 and 2. Phase 3, MASD approved the detailed 1/500 planning. PSD and D&E are preparing the documents to submit for basic design. About amending the construction permits for projects C12B-2 and C17-2. On November 1st, MISD held a meeting with PMH. MISD assessed that the design in the documents does not comply with current regulations. Specifically, QCVN 04-2021 stipulates as follows. The apartment section within a mixed-use building must have an independent entrance, excluding emergency staircases. Therefore, MASD cannot approve the amended construction permits for lots C12B-2 and C17-2. If MASD issues a document returning the applications due to this issue, it would disadvantage the company in executing the project. So all parties agreed that Phu Mai Hung will withdraw the applications so that D&E department find a suitable solution and report to the BOP. Project CR9. On October 15th, MISD signed the decision approving the 1/500 detailed planning. PSD and D&E are preparing the documents for basic design submission. Project MD3-1. MASD approved the 1/500 detailed planning. PSD and D&E are preparing the documents for basic design submission. Project MD4. Approval for the planning task is being requested. D&E has revised the documents per the Department of Planning and Architecture's feedback, and PSD resubmitted to MASD on October 31st. This week, MASD will send a document to request feedback from the Department of Planning and Architecture. Project H14-3. On October 11th, PSD submitted the construction permit documents to MASD. On October 29th, a meeting was held with BQLKN, and currently, D&E is revising the documents according to MASD's guidelines. Project CR5-1B. Basic design documents are being prepared. A meeting with the Department of Construction was held on November 5th. D&E is coordinating with PSD to revise and clarify the documents. Project CR5-2. On November 7th, PSD submitted the 1/500 planning documents to MASD. Project CR3-1BC. Adjustments to the planning task are being requested. On November 6th, the Department of Planning and Architecture sent MASD its feedback on the documents. Project S19. Adjustments to the detailed planning are underway. A meeting with the Department of Planning and Architecture was held on October 22nd, and this week, the staff will submit a document for leadership review. Commercial land projects in lots C5A, C12A, C13A, and C14A have received feedback from the Department of Planning and Architecture on the planning task documents. After D&E revised the documents, PSD resubmitted them to the MASD on November 4th. Project C18. MASD approved the planning task on October 8th. Project C19. The planning task documents are being prepared. The documents were submitted to MASD on October 15th, and MASD's staff are drafting the approval decision. Project H8. Adjustments to the planning task are being requested. MASD's specialist is drafting a document to request feedback from the Department of Planning and Architecture. Park project on Lot R9 and MD1. Detailed 1/500 planning is being developed. awaiting D&E to provide the documents for submission to MASD. Project P2. Adjustments to the planning task are being requested. MASD is gathering feedback from the Department of Planning and Architecture. Project R11-R, 14-R17. Approval for the detailed planning is being requested. On October 31st, PSD submitted the dossiers to the Department of Planning and Architecture for their feedback. The second part is a report on the status of issuing land use rights certificates for clients. The results are as follows. We received 109 certificates of land use rights. Now, we are waiting for 76 clients to sign applications. Waiting for the Land Registry Office to issue 336 tax transfer forms. Awaiting 1,029 clients to complete tax payment. Waiting the Land Registry Office to issue 647 certificates. This concludes the report from the Project Services Department. Thank you to the Board of Presidents and Department leaders for your attention.